5 seconds to go. Start. Mr. Ramesh Singh, learned senior counsel appearing on behalf of the second respondent, has asked that the discrepancies which have been brought out in the course of the cross examination of the former manager of the school would indicate that there is a doubt in regard to the authenticity of that certificate. However, in our view, what must weigh against the second respondent's submission is that the date of birth which has been recorded in the certificate of the Saket Vidyasthali completely matches the date of birth which was voluntarily disclosed by the second respondent both while obtaining his driving license as well as the Aadhaar card. In both those documents, the originals of which were seized during the course of the investigation and have been produced before this court, the date of birth is reflected as 17th December 1995. The driving license and the Aadhaar card are not stand-alone documents. The submission of the learned senior counsel that the date of birth in those documents may have been furnished by the accused to obtain an undue advantage cannot simply be accepted since it tallies with the date of birth indicated in the school records of Saket Vidyasthali School. It is evident from the above analysis that the date of birth which was forwarded in the roll of students of Ma Anjani Senior Secondary School, Kanpur, was the sole basis of the date of birth which was recorded in the matriculation certificate. The date of birth in the records of Ma Anjani Senior Secondary School, where the second respondent was a student from class 5th to class 10th, is without any underlying document as stated by the principal in the course of the inquiry before the JJB. On the other hand, there is a clear and unimpeachable evidence in the form of the date of birth which has been recorded in the records of Saket Vidyasthali School, which is supported by the voluntary disclosure made by the records of Saket Vidyasthali School, which is supported by the voluntary disclosure made by the second respondent while obtaining both the Aadhaar card and the driving license. The High Court reversed the findings of the Sessions Judge purely on the basis of the matriculation certificate. For the reasons which we have indicated, the date of birth as reflected therein cannot be accepted as authentic or credible. Once we come to the conclusion that the date of birth of the second respondent is 17th December 1995, he was not entitled to the claim of juvenility as of the date of the alleged incident which took place on 18th August 2015. For the above reasons, we allow the appeal and set aside the impugned judgment and order of the High Court dated 14th November 2018. Criminal Revision 2952 of 2017 shall in consequence stand dismissed. The order passed by the Sessions Judge confirming the decision of the JJB rejecting the claim of juvenility is accordingly maintained. The second respondent shall accordingly be dealt with in accordance with law on the basis of the finding recorded in the present judgment rejecting the claim of juvenility. Stop.